Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Khalid Arab-ogali. I'm going to present the energy oil production in Canada. Over the years, the world has depended on oil for its energy supply and demand. Canada is located in North America, and Canada's economy is affected by oil supply and demand, since it is one of the largest producers in the world. Currently, there is a universal debate on the effect of fossil fuel on the environment. The oil industries has its advantages as an effective and affordable source of energy. Thereby, the paper examines the SWOT analysis of Canada's oil production as a source of energy. With years in production, oil remains a vital component in international trade. First, I'll be talking about strengths. Canada's energy sector, especially oil production, provides it with the required leverage for international trade. According to the Government of Canada, the country exports excess fuel to other countries. The amount signifies its contribution in terms of oil production as the fourth largest in the world. The amount of production is strength since it translates to billions of dollars. Canada produces more oil than it is locally utilized. Besides having the capacity to produce oil in bulk, Canada has the third largest proven reserve. Despite the growth in demand for renewable energy, a large percentage of the global population still relies on oil as the main source of energy. Oil is an alternative energy source with plenty of supply in Canada, which is an advantage for economic growth and maintenance of stability. The country has invested in both transport network and emission reduction technologies. The country relies on mainly oil sand, which generates much of its supply. Moreover, technological advancements have enabled the country to reduce its global emission ratio when it comes to oil production. The largest importer of Canadian oil is the United States, a neighboring nation. The numbers are significant since it is amounted to 98% of Canadian oil export at 3.7 million barrels. The country's major market is in the United States, which is located south of its location. The second point we'll be talking about is weaknesses. Oil production and the use of fossil fuel are affected the environment through pollution. The greatest concern for global sustainability movement is the need for reducing the use of fossil fuel as a source of energy. Oil in Canada contributed $36.8 million to the GDP, followed by the electricity sector. The dependence on oil as an energy source is a risk for the country. Canada depends on the United States of America for its exports in oil, which is a weakness. Over-reliance on a single market has its difficulties and risks. Canada's oil supply and productions are affected by demand, which implies the weakness of the system, especially because the country relies on the United States as its major exporter partner. The costs of production for oil are expensive, especially when dealing with emission reduction technologies. The cost in production is high as compared to other forms of renewable energy sources. Apart from the cost of production, there is a need for proper infrastructure developments for the movement of oil. The overall costs of satisfying a local and international demand are both labor and cost efficient. The only threat to continuous oil production in the America region is the weather. Weather and environment factors affect the production process since they are the effect of the capability of production. There are billions of dollars invested in the Canadian oil industry, therefore losses resulting from extreme weather are a weakness to the industry. Variations in demand and supply of oil in the global markets present an issue for producers such as Canada. In the past few years, oil has fluctuating price due to its dependence on the global supply chain. The supply chain for oil presents internal weaknesses in dealing with price fluctuations. The lack of using local currency shows the industry's weakness to price shocks and exchange rate regimes. Third point we'll be talking about is opportunities. The greatest opportunity in the energy production is the existence of vast oil reserves in the country. As of 2019, the country had over 167 billion barrels in reserve, which is significant. Canada reserves are an opportunity to present future trade with other countries across the globe. The growth of Asia is an opportunity for Canada to export its product. China and India have emerged the global stage with market demands for oil products. Canada has a reserve and the capability needed for catering to the market demand. Currently, the nation sells most of its oil products to the US and Europe. Canada has the opportunity to acquire market shares from countries with depleting stockpiles. Carbon capture technologies would provide an opportunity for oil producers in Canada and worldwide to maintain their oil. The threat from renewable energy source will be eliminated by introducing environmental friendly advances in the oil sector. The last point we'll be talking about is threats. Currently, the world is moving towards renewable energy sources that are less pollutant and more sustainable. The march toward renewable energy is a bigger threat to the oil being used as a source of energy. Canada contains billions of barrels in reserves. However, the future of oil production faces environmental challenges. Canada has constantly depended on its trade with the US when it comes to the production of crude oil. Moreover, in this case of a shift in trade relations between two other countries, Canada would have to find an alternative market for its product. Canada dependent on the US for 98% of its oil sales, which is a significant amount considering the existence of other suppliers such as Saudi Arabia and Kuwait. With changes in the global businesses, a cheaper alternative for the US may be considered by the government. In conclusion, Canada is among the world's top oil producers, their highest export earners in the market. My presentation is focused on SWOT analysis on the country and its use of oil as an energy source. Canada is among the world's top oil producers, which in their export earner is the market. The industry has its strength and opportunity that can be exploited, such as moving into new markets and existing infrastructure. Despite the shortcomings of the oil industry, there is an evidence that it will remain superior over other energy sources. Canada can maintain its production due to its vast reserves in the nation, while at the same time focus on development of an alternative energy source. These are my works cited. Thank you so much for watching.